Hi all, my name is Comet and welcome to my cosmic corner of the internet where we discuss all things astrology. And today, Mars retrograde within the natal chart, what this indicates about the planet of action, assertion, advocacy. When you see that little R, that little RX, when you pull up your birth chart, doesn't mean you are broken, doesn't mean you are flawed. No, we are breaking down to this natal placement and how you can make it work for you. Before I dive in, if you wouldn't mind, if you learned something, if you feel seen, if you feel heard, if you could drop a like, a comment, a subscription, whatever you feel inspired to do truly means the entire world to me over here. I love doing these videos and those little nudges are really what helps me continue to make them. So thank you so very much. And without further ado, let's discuss Mars retrograde within the birth chart. So it's important to understand retrograde. When we see retrograde planets show up, it indicates a change of direction. It looks from our vantage point here on Earth as though the planet is moving backwards. It is not physically transiting backwards, but from our placement here on Earth, Mars is going backwards degrees, backwards locations as we see it compared to the fixed stars in the cosmos. You don't necessarily need to know all of the nitty-gritty of that. What you mostly need to know overarching is that there's a flip of direction, right? It goes from moving forward to moving backward, vantage point speaking. It goes from externally driven to internally driven. So when you have a retrograde planet, there's an internal fixation to how it manifests. So Mars is our action, is our assertion, is how we get things done. It's advocacy. So Mars retrograde individuals can often doubt themselves or second guess themselves before they act because it's internally focused and then externally. So Mars retrograde natives could remark comments such as, oh, if only I did that when I had the chance, because Mars is our ability to advocate, to assert ourselves, to get things done. And with Mars retrograde, we could doubt our own actions. Was that the right thing to do? Was I too forward? Was I too aggressive? Because there's an internal fixation before it boomerangs out. And that's the beauty of retrograde planets truly, is that you can notice that because there is a focus inward, typically these natives have to work on that area of their life, something that comes innately natural. But as soon as they really hone in that energy, oh man, they've been working on it and they're here to conquer. It's fascinating. A lot of athletes have Mars retrograde, and motivational speaker Gary Vaynerchuk has Mars retrograde within the birth chart, who is someone who's always like, I don't know if you've heard his stuff before, but he's always like, you gotta get up at 5 and you just gotta do the things. You know, that's very Mars-like energy, and his is retrograde. So I think that just goes to show that these people, athletes, who it's their job to compete and win. Gary, who screams at you that you're being lazy and not doing enough, they have it retrograde because it indicates within the birth chart that you're meant to refine that energy of Mars, to figure out what is it that motivates me? What is it that does support my energy levels? How can I be more strategic in my efforts to win rather than just being knee-jerk, just going after what I want? With Mars retrograde, there is a beat, but you can use that to your advantage, to being very strategic around it, to working on that energy. It's not something that comes naturally. So you might find that it's helpful for you to listen to motivational speakers or to have an exercise routine, something that'll help the energy of Mars, which is energy, action, assertion, going after what we want, sort of work outward, because there needs to be an internal journey before it can explode outward into the world. Mars is also anger and how we deal with anger. And Mars retrograde natives also need to look at that, because there can be a tendency to make their anger wrong or to feel shameful for having these angry feelings and to hold it back. To hold it back and hold it back. And remember what I was speaking about, this energy of boomerang, right? It's like internal and then it echoes out more powerfully. When it comes to their anger, it can be a pressure cooker. It can build and it can build and it can build and then it can explode to the wrong person. Because Mars retrograde here, natives are here to refine their anger. So some individuals could even have anger management problems. They could let people walk all over them because it's not a natural experience for them to assert themselves and to stick up for themselves truly and to handle their anger in a gentle way. And you're not flawed. It just indicates that you're meant to go on a journey to refine how you express your anger and how you stand up for yourself. And oftentimes, like the individuals I've named, the individuals who need to refine or work this muscle are meant to do something important with it. And that's why you're being called via your birth charts to draw so much attention towards it. There can also be really, really limiting feelings of self-doubt. of doubting your abilities to get what you want, of feeling like you're just getting the scraps of what other people throw you. Like Mars is feeling empowered and being like, I want that, I'm going after what it is that I want. And when you have Mars retrograde, there can be feeling like, am I deserving of this? Should I even try? Am I even worth it? So a lot of doubting ourselves can come into the picture when we have Mars retrograde. There can be a challenge in exerting our physical energy, giving up too soon, or thinking that we're weaker than we are, which is why I found with Mars retrograde natives, it can be very, very helpful to be on an exercise routine or a workout routine or something that helps you feel strong, that helps you feel empowered, that helps you feel motivated. And again, you may feel that you are not innately that way, but it's absolutely a muscle for you to work on. And if you work on that and draw attention to it, you can certainly outpace and outwin a lot of people who do have Mars direct. It's not a flaw within your chart. It's a different way of exerting your energy. And that's why I emphasize strategy, because Mars is how we get our way and win. And when we have a retrograde native, they see things from a different perspective, and their path of getting what they want tends to be in a different way than other people would do. And that's an asset, but you need to stop judging yourself of being like, why do I not do things like this person or this person? I found oftentimes when there's Mars retrograde natives, they need to go on this journey around working smarter and not harder, because with Mars retrograde, they can feel inadequate and feel like they need to overexert themselves and burn themselves out in order to prove something. But the gift of Mars retrograde is being able to take that beat, draw inward and be like, okay, wait, what am I putting my energy into? What is having success and what is not? And being able to reroute and reshift. What I see Mars retrograde natives getting into sometimes is that they have this urge to want to prove themselves and be like, come on, you can do it. That they just sort of muscle their way to it without taking that beat to sort of look around and be like, is this strategy working? Because as Mars retrograde native, that's your gift, is your ability to sort of really reflect on your actions and if they are serving you, and to change course if see fit. And you can get your way that way, truly, being a little bit more mindful around it and really shifting the paradigm from viewing yourself as like, oh, I'm too lazy, I always miss opportunities, or like, oh, there's something wrong with me, I can't keep up with everyone else, to I choose to exert my energy when I see fit. I choose to reflect on what effects would have the most powerful manifestation of my energy. I realize the value of my energy and I put it into projects and into tasks that I really see going somewhere. That is your gift, but it's important to get out of that self-doubt mindset around it and to find your own way of managing and exerting your energy. When there's a retrograde, it shifts. It's seeing the world through like a different perspective, sort of. So the way that you get your way is different than the rest of the world. The way that you win is different than the rest of the world. The way that you exert your energy, the way that you work out, the way you source your energy, the way you source your motivation, it's a little bit different. And I sometimes liken this to being a little bit of a cold-blooded animal, at times at least natally, and that you sort of need to go lie in the sun, like a lizard. They need to take in the sun to boost themselves up. And I liken this to Mars retrograde sometimes because that planet was retrograde at the time you were born. So naturally, there's almost this feeling of doubting yourself, of looking inward for energy and not feeling like you are capable. So it's important for Mars retrograde natives to source activities that make them feel empowered and energetic, people that'll make them feel empowered and energetic. And this isn't like a lifelong thing. Look at the age that your progressed Mars goes direct, and that'll likely be a year that you'll feel a lot of the quote-unquote negative manifestations of this alleviate. But before that, on this journey of Mars, it might be learning what warms your blood. What is your sun if you're a lizard on a rock, right? Is it listening to motivational speakers? What is it that motivates you in life? What is it that makes you get up and go out and, find and fight what you're working for? Is it exercising? Is it meditating? Something that allows you to feel empowered, because it's not naturally waking up and being like, I can kill this, I've got this, I'm the most capable person ever, which is a gift, truly, because you go on this journey, so you don't take it for granted when you do feel confident and you do feel empowered, because it's earned. It's not assumed. Like some people, they just flaunt their tail feathers, and they're just like, I am the coolest thing to ever exist. But with Mars retrograde, they innately feel a little lacking or a little less empowered. So they need to go on a journey of building that confidence in a really authentic way. And it's earned, truly. You'll find some Mars retrograde natives where they go over the top because they have that innate feeling of not feeling good enough. So they want to exert to everyone, look, I'm the best, I'm all these things. And you know, some Mars retrograde natives can also have like explosive fits of anger, because when Mars, it sort of just indicates that Mars is out of balance within their chart. So it can go to someone who is meek and shy and afraid, to someone who is overbearing and intense and wants everyone to know they're the coolest thing ever, because they both stem from the same thing, which is that feeling that they are disempowered, that they are less than other people, that they are not a winner. But the Mars retrograde gift is that you build it from the inside out in a very authentic way so that no one can move you. No one can rock with you because it's built. It's not assumed. So it really is a powerful placement. You all are very powerful individuals. And I would love to answer any questions that you may have about this placement. Please comment them below. My Instagram handle is @Comet Astrology. My TikTok is the same. I'd love to invite you to hang out with me over there. And until we meet again, drink lots of water and stay cosmic.